The Fairlight page contains all the tools for audio editing and mixing. If you're coming from another page, you'll notice it looks quite similar to the edit page. However, you won't see any video tracks in the timeline per default, only audio tracks, since this page is focused entirely on sound. To add audio, it's just like before. Head to the media pool and drag and drop your audio wherever you want it in the timeline. If you don't see the waveform, you can enable it in the timeline view options, where you can also choose to display video clips, which I recommend, especially if your audio is linked to your visuals or needs to be timed with them. It's always helpful to rename your audio tracks, especially if you're working with different types of audio on separate tracks. You can lock a track if you don't want to make any changes to it and mute it using the M button. Clicking S will do the opposite. It solos the track, muting all the others so you only hear that one. You can also record audio directly in DaVinci Resolve, and for this you'll need an audio input. Set it as the input for your track. Click here to arm the track for recording and then hit the record button to start. Click stop to stop recording. Trimming audio works just like trimming video on the edit page. Place the playhead where you want to cut and use the scissors tool or press Ctrl B. If snapping is enabled, clips will snap to nearby edit points, and if linked selection is active, your edits will apply to linked clips together, which is often useful. You can also adjust the waveform view to make it larger or more detailed. A great feature here is the Transient Detection. It highlights sharp sounds you might want to clean up. Enable it, then activate it for the relevant track, and any sharp transients will be marked by small vertical lines. There are several edit modes. The pointer mode for standard clip selection and editing, just like on other pages. The range mode lets you select a portion of the timeline. You can also click on a clip to select it or anywhere else to deselect. If you activate looping, the selected range will play over and over, which is useful for adjusting equalizer or dynamics. The focus mode fixes your playhead to a specific point. This position is marked with an arrow, and when you stop playback, the playhead returns there. If it doesn't, right click on the stop button and choose stop and go to last position. The pencil mode lets you draw automation keyframes directly on the track. For this, enable automation, choose which property to keyframe, and then draw in your changes. Of course, you can also set keyframes in the inspector, just like in the edit or cut page. And yes, you can even edit video on the Fairlight page using the video preview and inspector. Next to the preview monitor, you'll see your meters, showing how loud each track is. If you only have 2 tracks, you'll see 2 meters, but if you have more, they'll all appear. While playing back your timeline, you'll see volume levels in decibels relative to full scale. A value of 0 is the maximum level before clipping, and you don't want to go there. Anything below it gets a negative value, and the scale is shown in red, yellow and green. I usually keep dialogue in the yellow area, and the quieter sounds like music or effects in the green. The red zone is for very loud effects or moments that are meant to be intense. You'll find the same scale in the mixer at the bottom right. If it's not visible, activate it on the top right of the page. In the mixer you can adjust volume levels, add effects, tweak dynamics, apply an equalizer and more. You can make adjustments per track or apply them across multiple tracks using something called buses. So what's a bus? It's a way to group multiple tracks and route them to a single output. This allows you to apply changes to the bus track instead of adjusting each track individually. For large projects, this is super helpful. And what I like to do is to route all dialogue tracks to one bus, route all sound effects to another, and music to a third. Then I apply my changes to the bus track, which I think is more efficient. To create a new bus, go to Fairlight, Bus Format, click Add Bus and choose the format. You can also color code your buses and give them proper names to stay organized. To assign a track to a bus, open the mixer, select the track and change its output to the desired bus. Then choose one bus as your main output, so its meters here will show the overall loudness of your video's audio. If you'd like to add effects, you can do it in 2 ways. Click the plus in the mixer to search and apply an effect to the whole track, or drag and drop effects from the effects library onto a track or individual clip. Those will appear in the mixer too, and you can adjust them in the inspector. The index gives you a full overview of all tracks and their settings, and you can change the order here. It's cleaner and easier for navigation. You'll also find the option to create track groups and a really useful feature, the sound library. It's not installed by default, but once you've set it up, you'll get access to loads of free sound effects. Next, we have automated dialogue replacement, which is used when dialogue is re-recorded in the studio to replace the original audio recorded on set. And once we're finished here, it's time to move on to the deliver page, where we'll export the final video.